Second judge orders Trump administration to rehire probationary workers let go in mass firings. A judge in Maryland has blocked, for now, the mass firings of probationary federal workers and ordered thousands of fired probationary workers to be reinstated, making the second decision of its kind in a day. The order from U.S. District Judge James Breeder came late Thursday in a lawsuit filed by 19 states and the District of Columbia against multiple federal agencies alleging the mass firings are illegal. The states contend the Trump administration's blindsided them by ignoring laws set out for large-scale layoffs, which already are having an impact on state governments as they try to help the suddenly jobless. At least 24,000 probationary employees have been terminated since President Trump took office, the lawsuit alleges. Though efforts by the judge to get an estimate from a government attorney at a hearing Wednesday were unsuccessful. The Trump administration argues that the states have no right to try and influence the federal government's relationship with its own workers. Trump, a Republican, has said he's targeted fraud, waste, and abuse in bloated federal government. So basically,
basically what happened was the courts have ruled that Doge, they're not really part of the government. They weren't elected, so he's not allowed. Elon Musk is not an elected official. He doesn't have the authority to fire anybody. That's basically what the judge said. That's why everybody gets to go back and get their jobs back. For me, I'm out. You know what I'm saying? You don't get to fire me and then call me 5 days later like, hey, we need you to show up to work tomorrow because we made a mistake. No, you didn't. Because now I'm going to sue you. And I'm going to get my money. I'm going to get enough money where I don't have to work for you. Because this is messed up. It's crazy. So many people are heartless. Oh, well, some of them don't do anything. These people don't do this. You don't know what any of these people do.
At all.
You know what I'm saying? That's not on you. Like, if he takes away your job, you're going to be like, I'm going to say the same thing about you. Oh, they don't. People here at the shipyard, they have jobs over there and they're losing their jobs. They're about to. And people are like, well, some of them don't do anything. You don't know these people. Mm-hmm. That's why you realize we live around a bunch of evil, heartless people. And everybody needs to take notes on who it is.
I feel like it's not even that they're it's that they are angry at themselves. They're like, what about the Keystone Pipeline people? That's an independent company. That has nothing to do with the federal government. What we're saying is we don't want you. I know people who right now we're going to have their land taken away by the Keystone Pipeline. They're going to eminent domain your land, take it from you for a Canadian company to come and commandeer your property and then run their pipeline through your property, which will eventually cause spills, ruin waterways, ruin water that we use for drinking and everything else, ruin the environment. But you want to defend that like that's a good thing. I mean, well, at the end of the day, these are people who have jobs who work in the federal government who are actually helping what's going on in this country. You know what I mean? So to me, it's just like him coming in. It shows his lack of understanding of what he's doing, because it seems like everything that he's trying to do gets unraveled every time he does it.
Well, the thing, I was watching the video yesterday and this guy explained it so well. Because remember, I've been like, what's their end game for all this? Mm-hmm. What are they trying to accomplish? It's like, to me, it wasn't making any sense. And he spelled it out to me. And it was right there in my face the whole time. He said they want us to go into a recession. They want everything to crumble. Mm-hmm. They want all the stocks to be low. They want everything to crash, right? So, because all the rich people will swoop in because everyone's going to be selling everything. Mm-hmm. You're going to be selling your businesses. You're going to be selling your buildings. You're going to be selling your cars, all that stuff. The rich people are going to swoop in, buy it in cheap, and then by the time everything gets back and corrected, they're going to own the majority of everything. Again,
this is not a something that they haven't done. Look at 2008. You know what I mean? Look at that. I saw a guy go online. He was like, oh, boom. Look, Trump's tariff that he just made the guys over in Ontario. When Ontario, they were talking about putting 25% tariff on electricity to Americans. Trump came in with the 50% tariff on steel and aluminum to Canada. They're like, oh, look, he just got them to back down. He said, no, honestly, the reason they put the 25% tariff on electricity in the first place was because he already talked about putting tariffs on other things to Canada. That's why they did it. So there really was no win.
And he backed off on some of the tariffs too.
Exactly. I mean, so these people, this is how they think. I mean, because what he's doing is basically going to crash the market, then bring it back up. Like the market's revving back up again. You know what I mean? Like, it's like you guys take wins that are not real wins. You guys are taking on, like, if I come in and I break something, then I fix it to being back to kind of what it was, but it's not fully what it was. Did I really fix it?
Well, it's like sports fans. They'd be like, yeah, we're winning. Then when they start losing, they'd be like, they suck. It's not we no more. Mm-hmm. But you know what I'm saying? A lot of people, I mean, it's fun. A lot of people are going to root for him regardless. You know, during COVID, everyone turned into their internet selves.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And let me explain that to you people. Before we had like decor and manners and stuff, we go out in public and some people wild out, but mostly we'd be cordial with everybody. You know what I'm saying? But then everybody got stuck inside their house for a year. And your internet self is way more wilder than your public self. But everyone's internet self, public self turned into their internet self. So now people don't, like, if someone's like, even if a Trump person was like, you know what, I was wrong. I apologize. I made a mistake. People aren't going to be like, all right, cool, man. We understand you made a mistake. Let's make a difference. They'll be like, that's what you get, motherfucker. You ain't shit still. They're going to rub it in their face. So people would rather just double and triple down than admit that they're wrong. And we're just going to have to live in those kind of times.
But that's always been easier. We all know people have been like that for a very long time, especially these guys. They're not going to ever admit they're wrong. They're going to consistently try and ride out whatever he says as being law. They have to. You're too bought in. You done bought the hat. You got the flag. You wrapped your truck. You got the stickers all over it. You know what I mean? You did everything. You're bought into this. You got the t-shirts. You know what I mean? So it's like they won't ever. How can they admit that they're wrong? That means they've admitted that years of your life have been wasted. Years.
You've been lied to by your media.
I mean, worshiping a person who is not worth you worshiping has not brought anything good to the table. I'm not going to say that. I mean, okay, I won't say anything good. There's probably little redeemable factors, but not redeemable to the fact of where he should be sitting in the White House. It should never have happened, but it's here now. So now let's deal with it, and we're dealing with it. The market's probably dropped almost 4,000 points. I mean, trillions of dollars have been shaved off of your 401k. You know, I mean, look at Elon Musk has to go and have the president sit on the White House lawn with him in hot cars. You know what I mean? Hey, look at this vehicle right here. What happened?
Elon Musty? You talking about Elon Musty, right?
Sitting there on the front line with his son there, and they're trying to sell used cars and stuff. Trump's like, hey, I'm buying one. You gonna buy one?
He didn't even drive. And Sean Hannity's on the news like, I'm buying one too. I just ordered it. Show your patriotism, folks. Go buy yourself a Tesla. All right? You can't afford the eggs because those prices really didn't go down. You can't afford your electricity, but go make sure you go get a Tesla because you got to charge it somewhere, right? While you're waiting to, eat lunch because breakfast is out the window.
Let's remember who his base is, though. His base, we look at the electorate.
Not the majority of them.
You know what I mean?